Soothing, man. Hey.
Worshiping Mike.
Remember the Sabbath to keep honor the day that our Lord commands us to cease our toiling, and we obey, that we may holy and learn His nation.
Andrea, good morning.
Keep
Hey,
the
Nitra.
Sabbath holy in all our days. So enter His temple.
Hey, morning, Miss Peter.
Thanksgiving. Worship the Lord.
Hey, son.
And fill up this house with your voices. Let them be heard.
Mike, don't go sleeping now. Yeah, Lisa. Glory.
Keeping the Sabbath holy in all our days. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Honor the day.
Morning, Miss Mary. Oh, there we go. Miss Peter said, what happened to chilling on the Sabbath?
I know somebody was not today. I don't want to go back to chat. Yeah, I do.
Morning, Janine.
Yeah, the church experience. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. You put it right there now.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us this morning. We're going to go ahead and get started with Psalms 119, 104.
Mm-hmm.
Through thy precepts, I get understanding. Therefore, I hate every false way.
All right. Before we get started, Carlo, there was something I wanted to clear up. I might have, what I said was right, but it might have been a little misleading. If you don't, if I didn't go back and get the verse that needs to go with that verse.
Okay.
Somebody had asked about a preparation day, and I went with my rule of thumb, which is correct, but the way it's written, it can seem a little misleading. Go to John 19:14 real quick. And my rule of thumb was, is he alive or is he dead? If he's alive, it's the preparation day for the weekly Sabbath. If he's dead, it's the preparation day for the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So what feast here, and then I'm thinking about it, it's still like, well, let's look at it. John 19:14 real quick.
John chapter 19, starting at verse 14. And it was the preparation of the Passover in about the 6th hour. And he said unto the Jews, behold, your king.
Now he's still alive, and he's about to go on the cross. This is his second trial with Pilate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's still alive, and it says it's the preparation of the what?
Passover.
Of the Passover. And so you would think that that's a Friday, because we know that Passover is on the 14th day, which is 7 and 7 is 2 sevens is a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
But go back to Luke 22 real quick.
Luke chapter 22, verse 1.
Yeah.
Luke 22 and 1. Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover.
There we go. Yeah. So that's what are they talking about right there in John 19:14? They're talking about the feast of unleavened bread. And we know that because according to Exodus 12, the Passover lamb has to be killed on the 14th day.
Yep.
Which is 2 Saturdays. So what are they talking about in John 14? It says, and it was the preparation of the Passover. We go back to Luke 22 and get that the Feast of Unleavened Bread is called the Passover. So that's the preparation right there.
And like you said last week, that date never changes, right?
It don't change. It's 364 days.
364 days. So we know it's on that exact date.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah. Because I don't know, man. It was like the Most High wanted me to clear it up, but he knew I said it, and I didn't think nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was listening to Mark this week, and then right after Mark, John came on. I said, well, I guess I'll listen to it too. And I heard that. I said, wait a minute, that's why somebody had put in the comments Luke 19:14. And I just went with my normal rule of thumb there.
Luke 19:14, John.
John 19:14.
19:14.
John 19:14. And I meant to go back and see what I said, but I know I didn't get Luke 22. I know I don't remember ever getting that. So I just want to clear that up. The Feast of Unleavened Bread is called the Passover because it all happens right there at the same time. Yep. And it's that week, the next week. I might have. I didn't go back and look and see, but I just want to clear it up. I felt like I dropped the ball somewhere. Okay. And if it wasn't on the live, it was in the comments when I was talking to different people.
Yeah.
So, all right. Other than that, man. No, I was looking at. I didn't get the thing. Hold on a second. I was I'm sorry. This past week, or the week before, they had that runoff election in Georgia. Mm-hmm. You know, we rarely talk about politics here. But they had that runoff election, and I saw a lot of comments, about Herschel Walker and, him being stupid. And they think we stupid. They're going to put a black man in, think we're going to listen to him, Republican, this and that. A whole lot of comments, And and this is just me. This is just my opinion. Can I say my opinion?
Say on.
This is not the Lord speaking.
Yeah, this is BJ speaking. And I look at stuff like this and I say, man, they can use one word that make us, we'll vote against every principle in this book because they use one word.
Yeah.
And it showed me how strong that word was that it would make us do that.
Yeah.
The word is racist. Racism. And just because the Democrats can use that word racist, it'll make us vote against every biblical principle in it. Gay marriage, abortion, all those
words. Is it? I was just go ahead. I was thinking to myself, it was racism. Is that in the Bible? The word?
Where you going?
Go ahead. Go
ahead. You got something?
Go ahead.
Now, we'll vote against everything. Everything God said, and the Democrats will say racist.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes for you to join on the bandwagon
Yeah.
of voting for gay marriage.
Yeah.
You vote for killing the baby. That's not
Abortion.
kill. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Your and all other kind of ungodly stuff
Yeah.
just because they said he racist.
Yep.
You know, and it's a game.
Yeah.
And we get caught up in that. We get caught up in it.
Say that
And
again.
find
It's a what?
ourselves fighting against the very God that you're going to worship every week.
Yeah.
You're voting, you know, ain't nobody 100% Democrat and 100% Republican.
Right.
I'm sure there's some Democrats that don't believe in abortion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's some Republicans who believe in fair wages. You know, I mean, for women, you know, if me and my wife work at the same place,
Yeah.
doing the same job, and I'm making $3 more than her, that's stupid. Why would I vote for that? Why would I want that?
Right.
I want all that money coming in my house. I want her to make what I make.
So you're saying, BJ, that the mindset is they have in the political arena, especially for our people, is to get them to pick a side and make that side, Republican or Democrat, whatever it may be. Majority of the time, it is Democrat to make it look
Oh, so sorry.
or perceive it to be for the black people.
Yeah.
Democrats.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're just trying to keep us separated. Is it not?
Well, you know, and that is true. It is true. But the thing I want us to zero in on is, would you fight more against somebody who they say is racist, or against these biblical preferences?
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about. You know, I used to love politics. I could tell you every senator and House representative from every state. And me and Mike's wife, we used to talk about it every Thursday morning. We used to, you know, kind of work in the same place. She worked at a place where I had a contract at. And we couldn't wait to get there to talk about what happened that week. And Mike messed it up. He messed it the whole thing. Mike said, man, be careful with the politics. He said, it don't do nothing but have you looking at somebody and can lead to hatred. You can have you looking at them funny one way or the other, and it can lead to hatred.
Yeah.
And that's all it took. You know, I thought about that thing for a minute. I said, you know what? I do look at some people sideways.
Yeah.
Because of the way they think. The way they vote.
Voting and
because the like I said, nobody's 100% either way.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, is that one? It's gone.
Outlet on.
Yeah. Swap that.
Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Make sure all the laptops are working. I don't want to go out on y'all. 1 minute.
Let's try this one.
Okay.
They good?
Yep.
Mic that went off now.
Close it back in.
There you go.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we vote. But I want to think about something. Most High said this Satan's word. Do you think your vote count in his word?
Good point.
Really? Do you really think your vote count in his word? He gonna do what he gonna do. I'm just gonna give you. They can't hear on vote.
Can you guys hear us on Facebook out there?
Volume is gone. No sound on Facebook. I think when you plugged it back in, it came out. Reset it. Plug it back out, Joe. Plug it back in.
But no, is it the second?
Say something. Say something.
Testing 1,
Testing,
2.
yes.
Y'all hear us?
Did you hear us?
Huh.
You hear it on YouTube?
Didi, I can on YouTube. She said she can hear on YouTube.
YouTube can, but not on Facebook. I probably took the sound out when he took that mic out. Yep. Try it on.
What about now?
Yeah, hear us.
Test.
We
Wait,
say it's a
wait.
delay.
You see her hand now?
check. Microphone check. 1, 2. Y'all hear us? There's a delay.
Okay, so you should have heard something. Dog.
So you don't hear nothing still?
Well, one more here.
I think we're gonna have to reset it.
I believe so. I believe
Came
so.
out, yeah. Okay, went out.
I just put my hand up there again. See?
1, 2, checking. Y'all hear us? Yes, YouTube, no sound on Facebook.
Nope. Okay.
No sound.
We're gonna have to.
I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna have to reset Facebook.
Bear with us for a minute.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, D. Sorry about that. Let's see.
There are 3 angels named in the Bible.
Uh-huh.
That mic now. I hear Mike now.
That was mine.
I hear him.
That was
On
you,
my
Mike?
phone.
Oh.
How about Mike?
Oh.
This is a video that played after the ended algorithm.
All right. I'll put a title up there later. Still might not work because it wasn't on when it started.
Ray, I ain't gonna do that. That's funny. I ain't gonna do that. It's funny.
What the guy roll? Check it out.
He is funny. Get me cracking up Thursday.
It's good?
Yeah, it is.
He a trip. My dad happened to call while I was out there. And he gets to talking.
Oh, Lord.
Reminiscing. I said, well, y'all just get off the phone, man. I'm trying to cut your hair. Yeah. They over there.
No
Reminiscing.
conversation.
All right, we back.
We did this back.
Remember everything.
Yeah.
3 angels named in the Bible.
Chat over here. All right.
Pat,
Yes, sir.
what it is? What's up, Dennis?
It's all good, man.
Preacher man.
Okay.
Still catching up. It's all good, but I'm catching up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we back.
All right. Sound good? All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, Mike kind of killed the politics for me. And then, as we get to thinking about it,
Was that good?
It's wouldn't it?
Was that good what he did?
Oh yeah. It didn't feel good at the time. I felt like I was missing something. But as I got to thinking about it, anything that'll make you look at your brother sideways, it can't be good.
I'm scared to hit that lead. Oh, yeah, it's also there.
What's wrong?
The little box right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I know you said that Mike messed it up.
Yeah, you messed it up.
Sometimes I mess up. So
It's good.
It's set up for a pick.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed politics, but when you get, really, I guess what I'm trying to say is
Trying to straddle the fence between world and
World.
God.
exactly.
Can't do it.
And when you realize 2 things, one, that this is Satan's world, and he gonna do what he gonna do. Whatever your vote is, he don't care. He gonna do what he gonna do. It's just an illusion to make you think that you had a say in it.
So
And
he
the other
really,
thing,
So he really ain't with neither one of them. He just doing stuff.
Oh yeah, just make you give you the illusion that you do it. And the other thing is, we got a king coming back.
Yeah.
In a kingdom, you ain't got no vote. It's what the king say.
Is it?
As you start looking deeper into it and closer, you realize the United States has set up, one of their principles is the separation of church and state. Well, this king we got coming back, he's king and priest. So everything that we're set up under is totally opposite of what's coming. Right. And they get you to thinking
That's how it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like going to worship on Sunday.
Yeah.
I like go, well, what the king say? Let's go ahead and see what the king say.
Yeah.
And you don't get no vote. You don't get no say so.
Majority rule.
Huh? Yeah, and ain't no majority rule. You don't believe Act 8 next time you see. See what happened to him. He got kicked out because he wanted to go against the principle of the king. Exactly. And Isaiah 9 said when he come back, he's coming back with the government on his shoulder.
What?
The government.
Oh.
What government you think that is? It's the same laws that you read in here is going to govern the kingdom.
Ain't nothing changed.
That's right.
I changed not.
Yeah.
So
And you think about it, the system, let's just speak of America itself, the system of government here is really warred against God's laws.
That's exactly
so
what
that you don't even know you're fighting against his standards.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
And he's setting you up.
Mm-hmm.
He's setting this whole country up for the fall.
Yeah.
Fighting against God's standards.
And
fighting one another.
You think they plant little things in us with this politics that make you think socialism, for an example. You think that socialism is the worst form of government there is. The United States want to fight against socialism wherever it is, a socialist candidate, boy, they demonize him like he, like he raped your mom.
Mm-hmm.
But read Acts 2. Read Acts chapter 2 and tell me what kind of government that is.
Yeah.
That's socialism. Everybody, what they had, it wasn't their own. Nobody had more than nobody else. That's what the people in Washington is fighting against, Carlos.
Yeah.
No, this is a capitalist society. I get out and work for mine.
What's mine is mine.
What's mine is mine.
Yep.
But read Acts chapter 2 again. Let's see what happens.
And a 9. They thought what was there.
Exactly.
It don't work.
And it was, but just don't lie.
It was, but don't lie.
Yeah. So that was just one thing that kind of stuck out, man. I don't let's not get caught up in this politics and making you think that one, you have a vote. Two, it's against the principles of the coming king.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know nothing about a kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
We raised here in a democratic society. We elect. You think you do.
Yeah.
Elect your leaders. But get Daniel chapter 2 real quick. Let me see something. Y'all know why I don't vote? Let me show you why I don't vote. I got to find it now. Hold on. Let me see. Carlo, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Daniel chapter 2, where he said,
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
20. Daniel chapter 2, 20, real quick.
Daniel chapter 2, starting at verse 20. Daniel answered and said,
What is he talking about? Let me see. Let me go back to the question. 14. Well, go back to 14. Shoot, we read it.
Yeah.
We ain't got nothing else to do. It's Sabbath, man.
Yep.
Yeah, we read it.
Daniel chapter 2, starting at verse 14. Then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard,
Mm-hmm.
which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon.
Nebuchadnezzar had a dream. He said, y'all tell me what the dream was, then tell me what it means. He said, we can't do that. You tell us what the dream was, and then we'll tell you what it means. He said, no, if y'all really genuine, if y'all really, you know, who you say you are, then you ought to know what the dream was. You ought to be able to tell me.
Yeah.
Since you know you working with God and everything, you tell me what the dream was. Go ahead. And oh, I'm sorry. He said, if y'all can't tell me what the dream is, I'm gonna kill all y'all.
Yep. Y'all phone.
Yeah, all y'all. What are the diviners? Whatever they was.
Yeah.
What was they title? I can't remember what they were.
Diviners and
The Chaldean.
yeah.
You know they. He said, I'm gonna kill all of you. And Daniel got wind of it. He said, oh, wait a minute. Tell him, give me a day or so, and I'll consult with God, and I'll come tell him what his dream was and the meaning of it. So 14, one more time, I'm sorry.
All right. Daniel chapter 2, 14. Then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. He answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then
Why do you
Arioch
want to kill everybody? You go ahead, watch this.
Then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, and that he would show the king the interpretation.
Okay.
Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions.
That's Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know it as
That's their real name.
Yeah. All right.
18. That they would desire mercies of the God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings.
Did he do what now?
And he changeth the times and the seasons.
And he do what?
He removeth kings.
He removed kings.
And setteth up kings.
And he set up kings. Your vote don't mean nothing. He removed kings.
That's right.
And if you believe this now, then don't waste your time standing there in line.
I'm telling you.
You know.
Yep.
Whatever your vote is, it's not gonna thwart prophecy. What's written.
Yeah.
You know, what's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because it's already written.
Yeah.
You know, when you vote in the person that's gonna make it happen, it's still gonna happen. No matter if Joe Biden now or Obama. It's gonna happen. Go ahead.
21 again. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
That's good. That's good. Because that's all I really want. To show you your vote don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
If you believe this.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think the biggest deception or the tool that Satan used, especially with our people, and it goes all the way back from, after slavery and we was so-called free. You had the segregation thing going on, and then at that point, our people, I'm gonna show you that nothing new under the sun. Our people wanted to be like everybody else in this nation, and so what they did, Mike, if they were voting what we want to vote too, we're part of this nation.
Right now.
We are part.
We got a right.
We got rights now. Why we can't vote?
Yeah,
and so they went through this whole thing with trying to get the so-called blacks to vote. And then once we got in there and we was able to vote, we were happy to vote now.
Right.
And so now what we're doing, because we were still so segregated and Jim Crow laws and all of these things was going on at that time, that we was trying to vote somebody in, listen to me, to help us with what the so-called black was going through. And I think this was a very good tool that Satan used to get us to go against what the scripture says about voting and choosing someone to save us. So we want to vote somebody in. Why am I saying that? Because when we didn't know no better, be honest, we all threw a party and said, hallelujah, we are saved when we voted Obama in. The first black, no, we done made it. That's what we felt. We got somebody in there that's us, that's going to help us. Bro, we done made it. We done found somebody that's going to help us. When the Most High basically said in Deuteronomy 28:68, and no man is going to save you or buy you or redeem you. We got a black man in office now, and he knows us. He gonna do stuff for the black people. We were happy, hallelujah. But it goes, yes, sir. But it was
smoke screen.
Smoke screen. Yeah. It was a trick of the enemy.
Why?
And what I want to,
why?
What? Go ahead, ask. What?
Why was Obama a trick?
He wasn't for, well, he wasn't for us in the first place.
What?
He was.
Was he us?
He's a descendant of Ham.
What that mean?
He's African. He's not an Israelite.
Oh, what you mean he's African?
BJ, go and say what you want to say. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, man.
I mean, it's all smoke and mirrors. Like Carlos said, it's smoke and mirrors. You think he's black, you think he's us, but he's not. His father. What's the verse you always get, Carlos? In Numbers?
1:17.
Numbers 1 and 17.
17, 18.
The genealogy goes down through your father.
Your father.
If his father was an African,
he's an African.
He's African. Right. He's not of Judah. He's not an Israelite. Nope. You know, he's not. But they put him up there.
Same color. He looked like it.
He looked like it. He talked like you.
Yep.
But he's not. See, when you read Psalms 82, the Carlos get so often.
83.
83. See that? I don't even know what it is. Psalms 83.
Yeah.
It tells you how all the nations are confederate against them.
That's right.
And so they in one of those nations.
That's right.
Obama is
African. That's right.
Yeah.
That's it.
So they throw him up there. You think that he's black.
Yep.
And he say, well, nobody should be apart from the person they love.
That's right.
Well,
it don't matter. Huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is black.
Yeah, he's black in color.
Right.
Yeah, but he ain't you.
That's right.
But he's put there to push an agenda.
Right.
And because he said, y'all come on, get behind me on this.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yep.
He was just put up there just for that.
He was that. Yeah.
Now look at exactly. Well, I'm sorry, man. You were there somewhere.
No, that's good.
You remember?
Yeah, I remember. But
okay.
But he was, like you said, he put him up there because now I can get the blacks to vote on things that they probably normally wouldn't allow or vote for, but because now we got somebody, a smoke screen, a black person on the stage, now we got the blacks in cahoots with what we want to do. And so what was the main things, y'all, when he was in office that was opened up? And what laws was passed? And we didn't think, some of us didn't even think nothing about it. What was it?
Same-sex marriage.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they hit him up there for. And we ain't think nothing about it.
And now
we got a black man in office.
Now we voting for it. Will it, just as a what's the word? I'm looking for a word. Give me a word. It's on the Democratic platform. When you vote for a Democrat, you automatically voting for woman's right to choose.
Yep.
Or should we say murder?
Yep.
That's not key.
Yep.
And same-sex marriage, which God said is an abomination.
That's right.
But you will vote for that because that's on the Democratic platform.
That's right.
I think they're even going so far as to say now they're trying to get that you can't classify yourself as a he or she in the schools no more.
Yeah.
You can't go up to you and say, hey, you he or she or he or her, they want to get that out.
Yeah.
You can call yourself what you want to call yourself.
That's right.
In the school.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I think if you want to be a frog, you can call yourself a frog right
Okay.
now. You know, so
Who pushing that? It's a whole, this is democratic
Yeah.
jargon.
Where it started from. Yeah.
Jargon. Is that the word? Huh?
Democratic
Gender?
agenda.
Yeah. I'm talking about jargon.
Yeah.
Oh.
But what you got, BJ? Because where I wanted to go,
Sure.
you said that everything was already established. The Most High, anyway. He had established anything. Let's go to Exodus 18. Where to start? Sorry, sweetie. Let me see. Let's go to eight. Let me read the whole thing, man. Yeah, start about 7, because it's something that happened in there where you can see that the Most High had established something.
What? I'm sorry. Where you at now?
Exodus 18.
Okay.
I'm gonna start at verse 7.
Exodus chapter 18, starting at verse 7. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and did.
That's Jethro you're talking about, his father-in-law. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Obeisance and kissed him, and they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake.
Yeah.
And all the travail that had come upon them by the way.
Okay.
And how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel,
right,
whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who have delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who have delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians.
Most High did deliver the people.
Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods.
For
in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them.
Right.
And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people.
Who did?
Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses' feet, Moses from the morning until the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people?
Right.
Why sittest thou thyself alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of God.
Watch this.
When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another. And I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws.
Y'all hear that?
What now?
And I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws.
So it was all read, right there.
Right there.
It was already established how the Most High was to govern his people. He always had a mediator to govern his people. And so whenever they had a matter or whatever was going on, the Most High, Moses said, I inquired of the Lord to handle this situation. And so this is the established that the Most High had with his people. But because of our rebellion and not keeping those statutes of the Most High and his laws, we became under a curse. And then what happened is now we're trying, instead of inquiring of the Lord like we were supposed to, now we're looking for everybody else to help us in our situation instead of going back to the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
How do I know that? Go ahead.
What you said?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Even what Carlos said there, in the last verse, Rodney read there. Can you read that last verse one more time? 16 it was.
Verse 16. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and His law.
So, and now I want to parallel it to today.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, the laws of God. That's what I'm saying. Take a woman's right to choose, the way they phrase it. You might have an opinion about that, you know, but you got to filter that opinion through. It need to come through here first before it come out of your mouth.
That's right.
You know, because when you pull the curtain back behind a woman's right to choose, you see the word murder. And that's what it is.
That's what it is.
You know, and we're talking about, let's go back even before that. Before you got pregnant. Was you committing adultery? Were you married?
There you go.
You know? Or was it, you know, some fornication going on?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Let's keep peeling the layer of the onion back.
So what if she was raped?
Huh? And see, they always go to that extreme. They make the most extreme scenario.
Yeah.
And then they make you voice your opinion on that.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Okay, what if she was raped? Is it still murder?
Scripture don't change.
The scripture don't.
Because she was raped.
You said the scripture don't change?
It don't rape. It don't change.
It don't change.
She was raped.
It don't change. So I'm saying, you know, this right here, before it come out of your mouth, filter it.
Yes.
Through this.
Yes. Yeah. That's good.
Go ahead. Where you was headed?
Let's go to 1 Samuel, man. This is the perfect example of what we're talking about. It was already established how the Most High was going to govern His people. And He said, we are a peculiar people. We're supposed to be different than the other nations, so the other nations can learn from us.
Yeah.
But no, I want to be like the other nations. I want to vote. I want to hear that. That's my voice. No, it ain't. If I vote, that's my voice now. And things that I want set done and for my people, we need to vote to get it done. That's what they push to us. Watch this. Let's go to 1 Samuel 8. Let's start in 1, man.
1 Samuel chapter 8.
Well, you got some Bible for this. You got some Bible for what you got?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You know, I can't give my opinion about that.
Let me see what you talking about.
I'll let you know it's my opinion. But I ain't going. Hey,
No,
I gotta go to scripture, man.
1 Samuel chapter 8, starting at verse 1.
Yeah.
And it came to pass when Samuel was old that he made his sons judges over Israel.
Oh, see, they're establishment. Still somebody to judge over the people. Most High's judge. It's government. Go ahead.
Now the name of his firstborn was Joel.
Okay.
And the name of his second, Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba.
Yep.
And his sons walked not in his way. And repeat that.
Okay.
And his sons walked not in his way, but turned aside after lucre and took bribes and perverted judgment.
Yeah.
Sound familiar today in Congress?
Yeah.
Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel and to Ramah.
Okay.
And said,
Samuel was a prophet at this time, y'all. The spokesman of the Most High.
Samuel.
Good.
And said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
Make us a what? Wait. What did you say about kings?
What? King. Wait. You know when a king says what it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but you gonna take? Well, I'm gonna get it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Believe.
Verse 6.
Make us a king.
But the thing displeased Samuel.
Yeah.
When they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord.
Okay.
And the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people, and all that they say unto thee.
Watch this, y'all.
For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me. That I should not reign over them.
See what's going on?
They didn't like. Well, of course, the two sons put a bad taste in their mouth.
Right.
Of course, that.
Yeah, because they weren't doing what they supposed.
They weren't supposed to be doing what they.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But man, I don't want to get here. You go ahead. Go ahead. Because I want to get here. Because I'm going somewhere where you.
Their sons rejected order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
They were supposed to fall in
They were supposed. That's right. They were supposed to be doing the same thing in the beginning what Moses was doing. Right. When Moses was doing, and they had a problem, anything, they came to Moses. Moses went to the Most High. The Most High told Moses, "Okay, this is how you gonna handle it." That's what the judges. That's what they were supposed to do too. But they was out for money and bribery and give me $50, I'll tell you what to do. That's what they were doing. Okay.
Give me $50, we keep this hush hush. That's what most
right.
Is. We keep it hush hush.
That's right. All right.
Verse 8. According to all the works which they have done.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But Most High say right here, in all they say unto thee, they have not rejected you, they rejecting me. They rejecting my order, even though Abaya and other judge is not doing what they were supposed to. Most High still could have put somebody in their place to do what they were supposed to do. But at this point, they was like, no, we want a king. Why they want a king? I'm going ahead of myself. But why do they want a king? Watch this. Go ahead.
Verse 8. According to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me, and served other gods, so do they also unto thee.
And also, we have to be careful, y'all, because let's bring it back to today. He said they are serving other gods. When we're voting, we have to be careful too, Mike, because when we're voting for somebody, we're putting that person, Obama, we put them on a certain plateau that where they actually, some people were worshiping him.
Okay. Yeah.
They were worshiping him. Yes. We got a black man in office.
Black Messiah.
Yes, they were worshiping him. And that's the same thing they were doing right here. He said they were worshiping other gods. This is why Most High didn't want us to get involved in what the other nations was doing. Just for that reason. Because it's going to take you away from the Most High and seeking the Most High for whatever your problems is, and you're seeking the president, governor, the mayor, senators, whatever, Democrat, liberals, whatever. You're seeking them to help you instead of the Most High, and that's dangerous. Okay, right, go ahead.
Verse 9. Now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them.
So what Most High said? Okay, listen to what they're saying. Go ahead, Samuel. Go and give them a king. But also tell them, Samuel, this is what's going to happen when you get this king that you want. And watch what they man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10. And Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked of him a king. And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over
you. Want a king? Okay, this is going to be the manner. And this is what he's going to do. This is what the king going to do.
He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen. And some shall run before his chariot.
Okay.
And he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over 50s, and will set them to ear him his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war, and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers.
Slaves, man.
Yes.
And he will take your fields, in your vineyards, in your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants.
Surely they don't want this.
He's going to take your land from you. Give it to somebody else.
Yes.
And he will take the tenth of your seed, taxes.
There you go. There you go.
And of your vineyard, and give to his officer.
He's going to tax you.
And to his servants. And he will take your men servants and your maid servants and your goodliest young men and your asses, and put them to his work.
Look at that.
He will take the tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servants. And ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you.
Because what you chosen, because you wanted, you gonna cry out.
And the Lord will not hear you in that day.
Surely they don't want that. I know that was I know that was a good deterrent.
Oh man.
I know that
never mind, right? Never mind.
What they say?
19.
What is that?
Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel. And
after
they said,
all of that, they still wanted they refused. After Samuel told them what Most High said, after you get this king, this is what he's gonna do to you. I don't care. I want one.
Still want
I still want it.
it. Still want it.
Nay,
Ain't that
but
what's
we
going
will
on
have
today,
a
PJ?
king over
Is that the
us.
same thing that's going on today?
Same thing. Same thing. We
I
still
can
want
even,
it.
I can even get personal
Yeah.
with you guys,
What that?
with Paradigm Shift.
Mm-hmm.
You're speaking the truth. You see it as plain as day. If you go to folks that's been in church all their life, and you know that they're listening to, wait a minute, this makes sense. But yet they say, no, I'd rather stay over here. I'd rather want this. We've been here, and this is what we want. We feel comfortable like this, and this is how we want it. We want to make our own choice.
Yeah.
Even though it don't line up.
Don't line up for nothing in scripture.
That's right.
But this is how we want it, and we feel good doing it this way.
Yes.
And we believe our God, which they think is the same God, our God is going to honor us for doing it this way. Not his way, but this way.
Oh,
is that not the church today?
Same thing, man. Same thing.
That's what we want. We
I
want
think-
tradition.
That's
Tradition
I think
trump
what-
truth.
we've been accustomed and taught things. We've been told what it said,
Mm-hmm.
but never was told what it was saying.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Y'all
Exactly.
telling us what it said, and then you turn around and telling us what it's saying. And so that's what the church world is missing.
Right.
They getting the episode of it,
Yes.
but it's never been brought home
Mm-hmm.
to what it's saying to me.
Right. Exactly.
It have
Right,
to,
Dan.
you have to bring forth the revelation of what
Yeah.
the Most High is
What
saying.
the Most
to us.
High is saying.
Exactly.
That's right.
And how
So
can they
that's,
hear?
and that's what people can't.
That's
Unless
it.
they have
They
preached.
can't. They
That's it.
can't dissect it
Right.
because this is what he said a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's people all around listening to this. They listening.
Yeah.
What you saying, you bagging it up with the words. You can't argue. It don't matter what you say, what you do. You can't argue with the word.
Right.
The word is the word, and the word is gonna be right all by itself.
Yeah.
So it's right. But I've been doing it, like he said, I've been doing it this way for so long
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
until I'm all right where I'm at.
Yeah.
But not knowing that you're missing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm coming into the point where I want to not only just get what it said,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to know what it's saying.
That's
Oh
it.
man,
That's it.
Oh.
That's it. There.
But in the end game of that, you robbing yourself of salvation.
That's
that
it.
He offers you.
Yep.
Right.
He's not gonna give it to you unless it's at his turn, not your turn.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about that great thief, DJ.
That's right.
Mike, you say that the greatest thief you ever want to see is one in the mirror right there.
That's it.
You rob yourself
Yep.
of the riches that he want to bestow on you. And his
Absolutely.
riches is not money,
Yeah.
and gold and cars,
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
The riches is the knowledge, the way he
Of that-
wants,
of that
you know.
word. That's right.
And like I said, y'all done heard me say this 1,000 times. I wanted to know the way that's the riches.
Yeah.
I wanted to know the way you intended it to be
Mhm.
interpreted.
Yeah.
Not the way they teach it, not the way they
Right.
teach the preacher preaches it,
Mm-hmm.
but the way you wanted it interpreted,
Script. That's right.
understood.
That's it.
And that's what you gotta ask for.
Yeah.
And we won't even ask that because we already know it's gonna contradict what we're doing,
Yep.
and we don't want to change. But I tell you what, though,
Yep.
Carlos,
Yeah.
Mike, we did meet some people this week,
So did.
Amen.
and I'm tell you, it was good to me because sometimes we say the church, and we group everybody in.
Into
Right.
that. Right.
Okay.
That's right.
But there's a group of people. There's some people. I believe Dennis is an example.
Yep.
I've been preaching 20 years.
Yep.
There are some pastors out there who will say, "I don't know everything."
Yep. So will.
We got invited mysteriously to a Bible study this Wednesday, and we said, Mike said, "Can we talk?" Because if we can't talk, we're not going in there participating in a service. Just going through the motion.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike made it. Found out. He said, "Can we talk?" He said, "Y'all gonna let me talk?" I said, "Yeah, you can talk." and they gonna talk back. Say, well, that's what shoot. I said, shoot, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I've been looking for somebody.
Bro, my road. What's up, bro?
Who that? Oh, all right. What's going on, brother? I need.
All right.
So, Mike, we got there, and of course, my experience with this denomination, or
Yeah.
I hate to even say denomination because he made that clear.
Yeah.
I'm not the denomination. Denomination,
Yep.
in itself, the definition implies division.
That's right.
So he made that clear to me on the phone. You know, I don't. That's what he said. We're non-denomination.
Yep.
You know, but that still has that stigma to it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
You already got in your head.
I come out of one of those.
You know.
Yeah.
So I had told him. I said, look, we probably gonna get asked to leave. I said, if we is, we just gonna quietly get on out the door.
Man, we were prepared. We were ready.
To the point that I was thinking, I said, when I'm walking out, am I gonna flip my hood on? I'm just gonna walk on out. I knew we were gonna get kicked out.
Yeah.
Already
Already in my mind.
knew we were gonna get kicked out.
Oh, yeah.
We went knowing we were gonna get kicked out,
Yep.
pretty much.
Mike is stoned.
Wasn't nothing like we expected. Nothing. It was some beautiful people.
Very much so.
And who said when we walked in there, they were saying all the right stuff. You got to be teachable. You know, I don't know everything, and you know, we don't know things, but because we won't listen to people and blah blah. You know, I'll just say, I thought Mike was gonna start running in the church.
I'm telling you.
Then Mike got so comfortable one time, he grabbed the mic, crossed his leg, leaned back in the chair. I said, Mike, don't get comfortable, Mike.
Yeah.
Then he stood up.
Yeah.
He felt himself getting too close.
Man. Lean back in that chair and cross his leg. I said, oh,
Lean back there.
you about to talk now.
Wow. But man, you know, I think it may lead to something.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
he said, I don't know everything.
Yep.
And you know, John 14:21 says, if you keep my commandments, pretty much I reveal myself to you. But it comes with keeping the commandment.
Right.
And there's a commandment that they don't know they're breaking. And once we can put some meat on some of them bones,
Yeah.
that he been you know,
And he's open.
the church actually,
Yeah.
all churches,
Yep.
been nibbling on, because you don't get the meat until you start taking care of that last commandment that we break. Then he gives you the meat. But once he started getting some meat and tired of, you know, chewing on the gristle,
Yeah.
he gonna say, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I ain't never seen this before.
Yeah. He's the type that's gonna go back and research
Yeah.
and see exactly what is being said. It's like those people in Berea.
Yeah.
When Paul and Silas went and talked to them, and they said they went back to research to see what Paul and Silas was talking about was true.
Right.
That's a perfect description of that, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just said.
Gonna go back and research.
Yeah. Yep. He's open.
And
to
man,
it.
I'm telling you, man.
And but what got me, y'all? This brother after the service, he came over to us, and because at first Mike, he really busted wide open, and he got into Deuteronomy 28 and saying that, you know, we are the Israelites. I was in my sleep. That's it. That's it, BJ. It's time to go now.
Packing up my stuff.
That's it. Mike done busted wide open. But they agreed, and he knew.
Yeah.
Because at the end of it, he said, yeah, I know we Israelites. He said, yeah, I know it. But this is what got me. This sealed it for me. He said, yeah, I know we Israelites. So how can we know where we're going if we don't know where we've been? He said that. I sealed it. I said, he's teachable. He's ready. That's why I told Mike and VJ, I said we were set up by the Most High. This was a setup because he's open And so Most High had to bring somebody to him.
Yeah.
To get all the whole truth, the meat, what he's talking about, the meat. He's open and he's ready for the receipt.
He said, I don't know everything.
That's why we were set up.
He said, you can't teach what you don't know.
That's right.
He said, it's impossible.
Yep.
How can you teach what you don't know?
Yep.
And he said, I'm not one of those people who think I know everything. I know. He said, I've been preaching 40 years, he told me.
And he said, he don't look his age at all.
Yeah,
got to be in the 60s. Got to be.
He don't look like
it.
He been preaching 40 years.
I did.
Yeah.
He don't look like it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, get on that. But there are people. They're waiting to hear what you got to say.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And in the church, y'all.
Yeah, in the church.
Some still, and we came out of there. It ain't like we the only remnant that's gonna come out of the church. Yeah. It's still something that he's got to pull out.
And that's what we're trying
and
to
teach them the truth.
Well, I'm glad y'all said that because the what happened to y'all, I'm glad that happened. All praise the Most High.
Yes.
But it also works in the opposite because earlier this year I brought somebody over here and we talked about the truth. It was all for it at first.
Yeah.
Then they went back to the Sunday church and talked to their pastor. Then their pastor told them don't listen to nothing they got to say. They didn't read scripture or nothing like that.
Yeah.
They just listened to what the pastor told them. Look, you got to pay tithes, and that's all it is to say about it, because the Bible said you got to pay tithes. Didn't break nothing down to them or nothing like that. This person hadn't came back here since.
Yeah.
But I know they still going back to Sunday church.
Right.
And you know, and I was wondering, I said, Most High, how can somebody like me get it? Don't have all that church. I do got a little traditional church, but these folks are 60 and 70 years old, you know.
Yeah.
They should know better.
Yeah.
You know, why are they not getting this? I mean, it's right here in plain sight. How can they not see these scriptures? I mean, my brother over there and I was talking about it, and we went to 2 Corinthians 4. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and started verse 3.
What is that?
He said, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
There you go.
In whom the God of this world has blind. That lets you know right there. There's another God here.
The God of what?
The God of this world. That's a small G. The God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ.
Mike said they're good.
Who is the image of God should shine unto them.
That ain't a sum at all up.
Yeah, I mean,
can we go home now?
No, we got some more.
Good.
Yeah, but that, you know, that calmed me down with it because I was getting frustrated. How can they not see it, God? And he showed you right in scripture.
God is world and blind.
That blinded them. So that I knew that there's another God. And we keep talking about that Sunday, Jesus. You know, and it has blinded a lot of people. And I'm trying. And what y'all just said, that pastor is willing to humble himself. I told BJ then when I first got here, I can work with people like that.
Yeah.
And when they ones that can say that they were wrong. Or say, wait a minute, let me step back and look at this. You know, I can work. I cannot. I don't even want to fool with folks that stuck up pride. No, I ain't got nothing even want to say. I know the word, and God know my heart. So ain't nothing. You know, sense of me talking to you then.
Yeah.
You know, that's something you and the Most High have to deal with. You know?
Right.
But if somebody is willing to humble themselves and say, wait a minute, let's take a look at this and see what these fellas are really talking about. And that's what I had to do with them. Wait a minute, this sound. Let me make sure. Let me check and see if this is what the. Wait a minute, hey, wait a minute, this is it. This is true. And they showing scripture by scripture. Ain't no pastor ever did that. Been here for these many years, and ain't no pastor ever did that. You know, just showed it like these men. Never, but until now, you know, and I guess it's the perfect time. But I love it. Y'all go ahead.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, but I'm going back to what you said, man, because it's manifesting itself in a great way now. That Hosea 6:2.
Yeah.
In 2 days,
you're
gonna start waking up.
Yeah.
And this game really a good understanding. I knew people was coming out of church because we did.
Yeah.
But it opened my eyes up to really not be so much of have
Thank you.
prejudice.
I think. So you say what I'm gonna say. But go ahead. If you
I'm
just
sorry,
said,
man.
you talk
Go
for me
ahead.
too. No, you said
No, it gave
you said it for
me
me too.
no, man, because I'm sitting there in that church, man. I'm sitting there with my mouth open. I'm like, because I got my defenses up.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting and knowing, okay, they're gonna say something
In a minute.
In a minute, that's gonna be. I came out of non-denominational church, y'all. I know, and I was telling BJ and Mike, y'all, look here, before we get down now, I've had Wednesday Bible studies in a non-denomination. I said we might want to go a little bit later.
Why, Colin?
Because in the beginning, they do praise and worship. In a non-denomination, they get the hallelujah and blah 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 blah, and doing all that stuff. I said, y'all might feel a little uncomfortable. But when we got there, we stood out there for a minute, and Mike said, "No, you know what? I don't." What you say, Mike?
I didn't feel threatened.
I don't feel threatened about it. Let's get on it. I said, "Okay, let's go then." And when we walked in there, y'all,
hey, I was like, Thomas. When he said, "Let's go to Jerusalem," yeah, let's go die with him. Go on though.
We walked in there, y'all. We walked in there, and I thought we were gonna be right in the midst of that. They getting that praise and worship on. And we walked in there, man. They had a little spread out where they was, feeding people and everything.
They had a hand on the pistol.
Hey, bro. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing, y'all? We about to start in a few minutes. Y'all going to get something to eat and everything you want to, and the pastor and his wife was sitting at the top, and we grabbed a seat and they went right into the word. Was no praise and word. I said, "Whoa, wait a minute, that's different."
First,
that was the first thing, man. Yeah. I said, "Oh, this is different."
We were sitting there listening for the praise and worship.
We were waiting
and finish.
Yeah.
Then we'd come in.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to be involved in it, because of course we believe it.
Yeah.
It's a different God.
Yeah.
And it was for me too, because like I said, I hadn't had but 2 experiences with that type of church, those pastors, and with the title apostle.
Yeah.
And both of them, it wasn't a good experience. I'll just leave it at that. And so once they told me who he was and everything, I'm like you. I'm sitting there with my guard up, just waiting to leave. That's why I sat on the end.
Yeah.
See, the first one walk like, hey, you want to hear us? That's fine.
Yep.
But it was for me because it showed me that there are some people, who really love this, but just don't understand.
That's right.
And how can you understand
if you don't have
it? That's right. And that's why he said, "I'll send the preacher."
Yeah.
Because there has to be a preacher that he's giving it to.
Yes.
To go give it to them.
Yes.
Now he didn't give it to every preacher in the pulpit.
That's right.
That's preaching on Sunday.
That's right.
Because that would violate John 14:21.
But their hearts
are ready.
That's right. It's ready. It's primed and ready.
Yeah.
And he's gonna send out. Man, ain't nothing new under the sun, right? He's been doing what he did in the New Testament.
Same thing.
He sent them out for those that was ready to receive it.
And
He's doing the same thing.
Right now.
Going back to that passage in 2 Corinthians 4, what Rodney read in verse 4. What we saw in the minister was that he is not interested in preaching himself.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
He wants to preach the word.
Yes.
Christ. And so that acknowledgement.
He got a heart for it.
If I don't have the fullness of the word, I can't go teach.
Right.
He has a heart.
Yeah. He got a heart that's open to. I'm not ashamed, nor will I confess I know everything.
Humble.
Also not. I'm humble myself.
Yes.
Anybody that said let's open the book.
Yep.
That's what he's saying. Then I'm gonna open the book with him.
Yep.
Exactly.
And he gonna go back and research it.
Oh, he
to see if he's right. And he right.
And he let me know. He said, they might not agree on everything, but that don't mean we got to fall out.
That's right.
That's right. And if this right here is the barometer on which we gonna measure everything, then I don't see why we shouldn't agree. Earlier you read Daniel. You read Daniel too. And Daniel, it's a little bitty detail that we missed. Daniel went to Mishael,
Azariah,
and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Huh?
3 Hebrew boys.
Yeah, the 3 Hebrew boys. He went to them. He didn't go by his house and just start praying.
Yeah.
He went and got his entourage and said, "Hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's touch and agree.
Yep.
Pray.
Yep.
That the Most High give us this vision."
Right.
But the Bible says, if any 2 or 3 touch and agree,
there you go.
Touching a thing, then it say something like that.
Yeah.
Then that thing, will be given, right?
Yeah.
Or one more example. You remember when Christ went to in John 17 when he went to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray?
Mm-hmm.
He took some guys with him. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Who he take?
Peter, James,
and John. Because why?
Yeah.
He said, "Look, I need y'all to pray with me. I'm gonna go to this cross."
Yeah.
He went back and said, "Father, if this cup be removed from me, I don't want to drink this."
Yeah, if it's possible.
And he's thinking, he said, "Well, I'm praying, got my boy down here praying.
Uh-huh.
I don't really want to die."
Right.
And if they down there praying,
Yeah.
he got to honor his word.
Right.
Hey, James John.
God put them jokes sleep. Because you getting on that cross, there ain't no other way. Any other way.
Peter, James John.
I just realized. Oh man, that's good.
Oh, they knocked out.
Actually,
They praying, huh?
3 times.
They sure wasn't praying.
Oh, that's good. I just realized.
Finally, Jesus said, "I guess I got my answer.
Yeah.
There ain't no other way."
Yeah.
Jesus
I
left
ain't
crying.
gonna agree on this right here.
Flashed him on the
That's why soon he got upside but that was his answer.
Yeah.
Because he was praying. Take a look and read the prayer.
Yeah.
If there be any other way, Yeah. And then, now you think about it. You think somebody praying with you that I don't die? Of course they praying that with me, right? Most I put them to sleep.
Oh, did.
Ain't no other way.
That's it.
This is the only way
You got to do it.
that we can get the family back together.
Yep.
You got to do it.
Yep.
So,
We thought that was wrong. But it was fall asleep. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Hey,
yeah.
that's what the word said.
Would you pray with me 1 hour?
Yeah.
Right.
You can't pray for 1 hour. I don't go wrong.
Yeah.
Then the third time we came there, okay, I got my answer.
Right.
Because they come in and y'all jokers still asleep. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Just go
Yeah, don't worry
Keep
about
on,
it.
my brother.
Keep on.
Never mind.
Joseph can't do nothing.
But if we touch, I said all that to say,
Yeah.
if we was to touch and agree and pray that the Most High give revelation before we start, I don't see why he wouldn't come back or we wouldn't come back. Even, it work both ways. We don't know everything either.
That's right.
We're just trying to show him some fullness of some different scriptures.
Mhm.
Woman at the well, the 5 husbands,
Mhm.
the marriage,
Mhm.
the 2 days and 3 nights,
Mhm.
3 days and 3 nights. Just put some meat on them on the jealousy offering.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he really go to the cross for?
Right.
That don't make sense. There's something missing. The way it's taught in the church.
Yeah.
And just put some meat on the bone and really just hope that he really see John 14:21, that I can't reveal myself to you if you don't keep the commandment.
Right.
And let it the whole while we were there, neither one of us said nothing about the Sabbath.
Joe did. We couldn't.
I got home, Rolanda said, "Didn't nobody?" I said, we couldn't.
We couldn't,
It wasn't the time.
It wasn't time.
And like Mike said, that'll take care of itself.
Yep.
And we all felt that way without even
And it ain't like we didn't try.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was. I ain't exaggerating, y'all. It was almost like it was supernatural.
Yeah.
We wanted to say something so bad about the Sabbath. Unbeknown, all 3 of us was in the same position.
Yeah.
Most High would not let us say. And Mike was trying to give me some tips on how to bring it forth and everything, whispering it in my ear. I'm trying to raise up my hand. I'm telling my hand felt like it was 100 pounds. I couldn't. And Mike said, "You trying to raise your hand?" I couldn't do it, y'all. It wasn't time.
Put
It
y'all to
was not
sleep.
time.
I was like,
Yeah,
put y'all to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
We could not talk about it because
We were
in
restrained
that,
from it.
we were restrained from it because
Right.
With the time.
in that open
Yeah.
it was something we had to discuss with him first.
Yeah, you don't want to make
We didn't want to,
look any kind of way in
we
front of
couldn't do
his
it. We couldn't do
people.
it. We
Now,
wanted
was
to,
it
but we
as
couldn't
far
do
as
it.
the
Exactly.
Most High
We couldn't do
wanted to go?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we didn't go in there, you know.
We didn't want to overwhelm them with it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and we didn't want to be no tyrants going
Right.
in somebody else.
Right.
establishment.
Yeah.
You know what I said? If they asked us
Yeah.
to leave, we just
And
leave.
most I stopped us, y'all. We couldn't
It's
do
kind
it.
of like I'm not gonna let you get tired.
Right, exactly.
I'm the one you usually get here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How they look? We look like them jokers on the street.
Right.
That's why it's so important to know the spirit of God
Yeah.
and to be able to operate in the spirit.
Yep.
Yeah. And right.
His spirit speaking to
Move
you.
by God.
Mhm.
Spirit.
Yep.
It's about him. It's
Right.
what he has to say.
Right.
It ain't about what I know.
That's right. That's right.
How
The
much
choke
I know this and I need to
Right.
tell them.
And we need to tell. Yeah. No, you don't.
No, you got to follow. You got to
follow
follow the order.
what the spirit is saying. That's right.
Follow the order of God.
That's
And
right.
Right.
That's what you did.
Yep.
If you went in there going on what all I know,
Uh-huh.
tell them everything,
Sabbath and everything.
and all of
yeah.
that, you
You
would
blew
just
it. Yeah.
he'd have put you to sleep.
Yeah.
You know something Mike did before we leave, and I'm gonna quit. This last thing I'm gonna say about it. Before we left, all of us
That's
touched and agreed on something. Remember before we left?
What we touch on?
You remember Mike said, I would that we go in there and we meet another Marvin Town.
Oh, yes. Right before we left your house.
Before we left,
Yes.
that's
So did.
Miss
That was-
Mary's hood.
Uh-huh.
And
So did say
what he said, all you gotta do, he said, you just show it to me.
Yeah.
Show it to me in here.
Mm.
And he said, that's all you gotta do. Because he knew this was
That's what he
solid.
obeyed.
Yeah.
You obey
This was
me
solid.
and you got to show it to me. though.
Exactly. He said, yeah, you can't just say it out of your mouth.
Right.
Just show it to me.
Yeah.
And Mike said that, and we all said amen.
Yep.
In so many words.
Yep.
And we got there. That man wasn't just as humble as Mr. Marvin Taylor.
I can't find
I
nobody
can't-
that was mirror image.
And Mike said, and you remember you brought it, you said, man, I said before I left, I hope he another Marvin Taylor. And man, he would.
But what you said, man, the 2 and 3, when 2 and 3 are gathered in, there I am in the midst.
Yeah.
We knew about this earlier this week. And we all was in agreement. Y'all, we got to pray.
Oh yeah.
We got to pray about this thing. And that for all that week before we went Wednesday, that's what we were doing. And I'm telling you, the Most High showed up in a mighty way. It was not just for the pastor, it was for us too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a test and a learning experience for us.
Yes.
It was a test and a learning experience for us three.
Yeah.
Especially, I guess I want to say, yeah, especially me.
You think so?
Because I came out of a non-denominational church. I felt like Peter in Acts 10. When those three, most I had to prepare him that these three Gentiles was coming. Because according to Peter, we don't have no dealings with Gentiles. I'm not going with them. They unclean. I don't deal with them. I come out of a non-denominational church, been delivered from all of that religion and all of this. So I found out this is a non-denominational church. What's the first thing that's gonna pop in my mind? Oh, I'm going back to the same church that I came out of. So I'm prepared. I got to prepare myself for this. So it was even for me, more than because Mike and them did not come out of that.
Right.
I came out of that type of church, but it wasn't that type of church.
Right.
And so, just like Peter, I had to take the prejudice down.
Yeah.
He had to remove that veil from my eyes and see exactly what the Most High was doing.
Yeah.
In this time.
Yeah.
So more for me. It was a great test and a learning experience for me, because when the first church that I came to, my wife and I, when we came to live in Tennessee in 2006, we was invited to a church. We said, all right, let's go on, babe. Let's give it a try. Okay. We went into the church. Immediately after we got up in there, so and I say, It's the same thing. Non-denominational church. Yep, this is the same thing. No, we gone. We ain't never going back to no church. And that's and Sonya vowed to that. Even when I when I got off the phone with Mike, I called my wife and said, man, we been invited to a church. What? Where you going? Oh no, I ain't going. I ain't going up in there.
Yeah.
Y'all can go, but so he said I ain't going up in there.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of mentality we had about non-denominational churches. But we got to see what the Most High is doing in the midst of this.
Yeah.
And it's not just going to be non-denominational that he's going to bring his people that know this truth. It's going to be in the Church of Christ. It's going to be in Baptists. It's going to be in Pentecostals. That's what he's doing. He's pulling his people out of those churches. Yeah. And we cannot have a prejudice about it. How can we go in there and do what the Spirit of the Most High we supposed to be doing, and we got that prejudice thinking?
Well, you on a roll, boy.
That's going on. I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all, it was eye-opening for me, because I come out of that and I know what type of religion and stronghold those type of churches have on people, and it wasn't nothing past what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And I said, "Oh, praise to the Most High! This is awesome."
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was.
Yeah. So would you say that those churches, Sunday churches, they're the churches of the God
of this world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we speak of when we talk about the churches and all the Sunday churches, not the God of the universe.
Right. Exactly.
The God
of this world got his own
world.
Worship. That's right. That's what we try to say. Right. And it's offensive for people to hear that. Mm-hmm. That the God of this world is worshipped in this world. On Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
He can't have Sabbath because Jesus already said, "I'm the Lord of the Sabbath."
The God of the Sabbath. Right. Yeah. Right.
So I take the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he said how he deceived the whole world.
Yes. And
until you notice that some of this stuff don't line up, if there seems like something's missing about that cross, if 2 days and 3 nights don't make you scratch your head, or 2 days, 3 days and 3 nights,
make you scratch your head.
It don't make you scratch your head. Something got to catch your attention and say this ain't something missing. And if that don't ever happen to you, then go ahead and 2 Thessalonians real quick. I got it real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2.
2 Thessalonians
10 and 11.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, starting at verse 10. And with all deceivableness and of all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth.
They didn't receive the love of the truth.
That they might be saved. And for this cause,
what cause? The cause that they didn't receive the love of the truth. What
shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
Who shall send them strong delusion?
Yep.
And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion.
God, capital G, with
big G, big G.
Yep.
If God has sent them a strong delusion that they believe a lie, ain't nothing you can do. Hey, look here. That's why he tell you, dust off your sandals and go on.
That's it.
I have already blinded them.
Yep.
Ain't nothing you can do to change it.
That's it.
So don't waste your time. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your wife.
That's right.
I don't care if it's your who.
No,
go ahead.
You can't change.
I don't care who it is. You can't change it. If he has blinded them, you can't change. So don't waste your time because there's other people over there.
That's it.
That he needs you to go get.
That's it.
Just touched on 2 Corinthians 4 and verse
3. Yes, exactly. Same thing. The Bible saying the same thing. It ain't saying it's got one message, one uniform message. There's a lot of parts to it.
Yep.
But it's all uniform. Everybody saying the same thing.
That's right.
Peter ain't contradicting Jesus.
Yep.
Paul ain't probably contradicting Peter.
All right.
They all saying the same thing. You just gotta say, Lord, straighten it out in my mind for me. Because it sounds like it's different. Faith without works is dead. We threw on the grace. Hold on, wait a minute. How does it work?
Right.
Straighten it out for me in my head, Lord.
Yeah.
And how can they hear unless one be sent? Preach. That means he has to give it to somebody and somebody has to take it to it.
That's right.
And it ain't gonna sound like tradition.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's where you go into the book and see, in between Real Housewives of Atlanta and the football game, you got to find time. I'm being sarcastic. Cut that mess off and get in this book and find out what the book say. Because Real Housewives of Atlanta ain't sending you to heaven. I promise you that. You can't find the pass on Bravo.
You won't.
That's right.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
Rolando, time to eat.
Oh Lord.
Not yet. It ain't what that is. I ain't got nothing there. I'm through. I'll tell you what. Hold on. I'm sorry. I see how she jump on me at home. She jump on me like that here. Good Joey. Look, let me show y'all something though. Let me show you something. What that say right there, Rodney? I'm gonna turn it around.
Say, did Lyndon B. Johnson say, "I'll have all those
niggas
niggas voting Democratic for 200 years. Democratic for 200 years."
See, we used to vote
Republican.
We used to vote Republican, but Lyndon B. Johnson said, let me have a crack at it. And I had them niggas voting Democratic for 200 years. We used to believe in marriage was between a man and a woman. We used to believe that you shouldn't kill your baby in the womb. He said something else right here. Read that one. What did he say right there?
These Negroes, they're getting pretty uppity these days, and that's a problem for us since they've got something now they never had before. The political pull to back up their uppityness. Now we've got to do something about this. We've got to give them a little something, just enough to quiet them down, not enough to make a difference.
Not enough to make a difference, but just give them a little something. And because we started off talking about politics. Now these are quotes. I didn't write this. I didn't make this up. You can Google the same thing. Just Google it. And they show you how you've been played.
Yeah. Is this where they come up with this last bill, something about slavery? If you vote something about slavery, I
don't even know.
The last time voted, it was something on the bill.
About slavery.
Emancipation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
They were renewing it or something. People back in slavery.
Mike killed all the
political
he killed it for me.
Political knowledge.
So I don't know. Died too. Yeah. But I just wanted to bring it back to the day. Show you this is the time we're within 200 years. Lyndon B. Johnson ain't been that long ago. He said I had them niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years.
Wow. You know what he sounds like? What? Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch saying the same thing.
Yeah.
He said after slavery, I guarantee you, all of these methods, if you use this on the slaves, after slavery has ended, this still will affect them. Hundreds of years after slavery has ended. Psychological.
Earlier I said, until you hear something that makes you scratch your head, you'll keep doing what you always did.
Yep.
And that right there, like I said, I didn't make it up, but sometimes that's the first time some people have heard it.
Yep.
But why are they messing with you?
Right. It's a reason.
Why you?
Psalms 83.
Huh?
Psalms 83. That's why.
That's the question you had to ask.
Yep. Craft accounts.
Why are they messing with you?
Yep.
Who am I? Mm-hmm. Am I more than just a slave?
Right.
Am I more than what they told me I was?
Right.
History.
Right.
And until you dig and search and find, he said, when you search for me with all your heart, he said, those who seek me will find me early.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Seek him.
Will find me early.
Right.
Why? Because you ain't got to go to forward distance to look for.
Right.
As soon as you start looking for him, he coming to you.
Yeah.
Prodigal son, he got up off the couch, off the porch, and met his son. That's it. The same thing.
Yeah.
So you find me early.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, and that's why I think the whole system in itself, it was crafty counsel because they what did the guy say to what's her name? The guy, he said I can't curse them.
Yeah.
Balaam.
Thank you. But I can tell you what to do to them to curse themselves.
Yeah.
That whole crafty counsel is still going on. That's why I think everything, y'all, was set up. They knew what they was doing after slavery. The people that's under the Amalekites and the people behind the scenes, but now they out of slavery. Let's get them. Let's say that they can't vote. Let's let them fight for that time to get them to vote. So once they give them the vote, guess what? They're not gonna follow what the book says. They're gonna look for other people. It's crafty counsel. I think that I really believe all of that was set up so that we will be able to do the same thing that they've been doing since the biblical times. Get the people to let them depend on everybody else, but the Most High. We can't get them to go back to the law, statute, commandments.
Get them out
the longer we can that's it. Long as we can prolong them to do that, we in control.
Yeah.
But the moment they start finding out who they are, we in trouble.
You know, I'm glad you went there because one of the verses that we brought out Wednesday after Mike brought out Deuteronomy 28 was 2 Chronicles 7:14.
Yeah.
It said, if my people who are called by my name,
right,
we just never knew we were the people
that were called by his name.
Yeah.
We never knew it.
And then we shall humble themselves.
Yeah.
And then when I got that part, the pastor took over. He said humble. And that's where he was talking about, I don't know everything. You know, and we miss a lot of stuff because we won't listen to people. You know, we just automatically have a prejudice against them. And social status, we it's a prejudice. And we won't listen. But he told me, and when I talked to him on the phone, he said, I can listen to anybody. That don't mean I'm agree, but I listen.
Yep.
Because everybody got something.
Yep.
Listen to everything, but hear the truth.
Mike, that's one of Mike's saying. Listen to everything, but hear the truth. Only hear the truth.
Eat the meat, spit out the bone.
And what's the truth? That's why I don't like even talking to people unless one of these is open.
Yeah.
Because that's if not, you just argue. If this ain't open, it's an argument. Rodney said that we bring out the scripture, and you know, when we say something, we have the scripture to back it up.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Because if not, it's your opinion against mine.
Right.
That's all you're doing.
And we argue. That's called an argument.
Yep.
An assumption. I told you about that assume. Assume.
What it do, right? What happened when you assume, right?
Make an ass out of you and me.
Y'all get them all. Y'all get time. Go check out that one again. Y'all want a good laugh.
7:14.
Oh man.
If the mercy that's been shown us truly is this awakening to who we are. Because with that understanding of who we are, we now understand why every door we open closed. We understand why. So it's a great mercy that they've given us, Hosea 6:1-2, to wake us up. Because now we recognize if you are his chosen, we now have a great understanding of why a parent punishes his own children, that he don't go just grab somebody else's children that he had claimed to be his children,
right,
and start whipping them. You know what's gonna happen to you in this physical world.
Yeah.
You know, they gonna put you under the jail just to save your own life, because the real parent gonna come kill you. But now that we know this, our only weapon in this spiritual warfare is the word of God.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Carnal means it's not our path.
Right.
And he's waking us up to, you got to come back to the spiritual path that I have put forth for you. You're not going to do nothing carnal.
Right.
I woke you up to that reality.
Right.
We got to go wake up our people to that reality and help them to recognize that. Now this like I'm going in a little curve, but I'm really not, because it's the reason behind the season.
Jesus?
Not the Christmas season.
Oh.
It's the reason behind the season of this awakening. If people can't understand this, the light of the world, Yeshua, he came to be that light.
Yeah.
But he came to be that light to his world first.
Right.
He brought his world back together as one.
Right.
He started the light. He is the light, but now we got to carry him to the world, to the earth.
That's it.
If the earth want to hear it.
Right.
So you're using two definitions of world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But people can't receive that, but that's the message we got to first and foremost help people, our people, to understand. Because if they don't understand that, they caught in the trap, the delusion of Sunday worship.
Yep.
If you don't recognize that it's for you to come back to the law, then you're gonna fit with the verse. If our gospel is hid, it's in those.
Okay.
And that's talking about us first.
Yeah.
It's hidden to those because they can't draw them back in because they want to be like the world.
So Mike said world.
Yeah.
A definition of world in Merriam-Webster dictionary is a part or section of the earth that is separate, independent unit. And that's what Israel was. It was a separate, independent unit.
That's it.
Who had their own unique laws and customs.
Yes.
And so when Christ said world, and God so loved the world.
Yeah.
John 3:16.
John 3:16. That's what he's talking. He's not talking about the earth. When Christ said, I speak openly to the world, he didn't go around the whole earth. Matter of fact, he defines that world in the end of that verse. He said, where the Jews often hung out. So we got to get the definition of world.
What world is he talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
What world is he talking about? Isaiah 45:17 tell you exactly what that world is talking about as well.
Yeah.
When he's talking about Israel.
Right.
Israel. World without end. He's talking about Israel.
Right.
And that's what Mike was saying. That's where that's where the waking up has to go to first.
Right.
First. And then all the other nations.
Yeah.
But I gotta get my bread. I gotta get my wife first. That first foremost have to happen. You said the separation. I got so much thing going in my head, man. Ain't funny. Samuel, go back to Samuel right quick. So because what we talking about is right there at the end.
Okay, we didn't finish.
Yeah, we didn't finish it.
1 Samuel 8.
Yep.
1 Samuel 8.
Yep. I think he's around 19 when. Yeah, read. Start at 19 again. Finish that up.
1 Samuel chapter 8, starting at verse 19.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, Nay, but we will have a king over us, that we also may be like all the nations. And that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battle.
He just said if we supposed to have been separate from the other one, but Israel just said right in 20, what do you say, Rob?
That we also may be like all the nations.
No, I want to be like everybody else.
I don't want to be different.
Give us a king. Give us a president. Give us no, I want to be.
I want to go to church like Sunday, like normal folks.
Yeah.
I want to be like everybody else.
We're supposed to be separate.
We doing the same thing.
A peculiar people. And so when they see that peculiarness, is that word? It makes them say, well, wait a minute, what's different about? And they start asking questions and why you do this and why you don't do it? Why you don't go on Sunday? But if we doing the same thing, there's no difference. There is no difference.
Right.
There's no difference. And so if we are a peculiar people and we're doing things differently, that's going to make people say, hey, brother, why you go and do what you're doing?
Exactly.
And see, that's the message what you just said, brother. If our awakening, given this grace, with that understanding of what you just said, that is the message we got to take to our people.
That's right.
We are peculiar people.
Yes.
And if you can't be set apart from other nations,
right,
then Back to
That's it.
Rodney Verse.
That's it.
Right.
Go right back to it. That we may also be like all the nations.
You
So the
can't be
word-
like the other nations.
So
That
the
you
word-
can't be. Most High already had the way He governed, and they rejected it, and they because they wanted to be like the other nations.
So the word different,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be, in order for people to see something,
Yeah.
it has to be a different.
Set apart.
That's why the change comes.
Yes, sir.
I have to see me doing something different
Yes.
Right.
from what everybody else is
Yes.
doing.
Right.
That's what opened my eyes.
Yes.
And that's
That's it.
That's
That's it,
two things. Well, one, according to Roe, peculiarness is not a word.
Okay. Thank you, bro.
And two, we don't want to. Thank you. You got it right.
You know, we'll make up some words.
That's the teacher over there.
Go to the teacher. That's the teacher. And two, if the word says Sabbath,
Yeah.
and His people obey that word, you're gonna look different from
Yep.
the world, the other definition.
The other definition. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody else.
That's right.
And sometimes we can't. We so care so much about what people think about us that we just can't do it, even though we know it's right.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want them to. I don't want them to talk about me. You know, and I just imagine the people in here. What you in here for? You know, like you G. What you in here for? They talked about me and I ain't go to church. You know,
Listening
what?
to them fools up there.
Yeah. You talking to Jeffrey Dahmer and 18 folks, and you talking about I ain't want them to talk about me.
Yeah.
Because I go to church.
Yeah.
You know, that's Matthew 13, ain't it?
Yeah.
They get offended because of the word.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you mean to tell me
Yeah.
your skin ain't, I'm sorry. Yes, you meant that. Yeah. So,
Yep.
I don't even know what I was saying.
Being different.
Yes.
Peculiar.
Peculiar.
Gotta be different.
Yeah.
You gotta have some thicker skin than being offended because somebody said you in a cult.
Right.
Does the cult line up with this?
Mm-hmm.
If so, okay. That's fine. I'll be in the cult.
If he is one that father started it.
That's right.
Isaiah 66. You know, 23. Or the 17. Isaiah.
You know, over there with the abomination.
No, what we gonna do on Sabbath? 66.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. 66 and
17.
17.
No, not 65. No, 66 and 23. Yeah, okay.
Isaiah chapter 66, starting with verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says the Lord.
Yeah.
From one what now? Sunday?
Sabbath.
No. Yeah, from one Sabbath to another.
So that's what I'm saying. This is an Old Testament prophecy about the new Jerusalem, you know, about the new world. When he come back with the government on his shoulder. You mean to tell me, so he said Sabbath, establish Sabbath.
Yeah.
Then for a period of time, we're going to do Sunday. And then in the kingdom, we're going to go back to Sabbath. I thought he said I changed not.
That's what he said.
Okay, so we know something ain't right. That's what I'm saying. When you see stuff like this and something don't line up, you got to learn something. If you choose, he's trying to show you something.
That's right.
If you follow down the rabbit hole,
he's
going to show you something. But if you say, I ain't going down there, it's dark in there, you know, or whatever reason you got for not going or not pursuing it, look, it's a clue. Follow that trail. I'm trying to show you something. I'm trying to get you somewhere. It don't matter what piece of evidence you chase. It's all coming to the big open field, you know. You got to go down the rabbit hole to get to the big field.
There you go.
Ezra's describe it as fire. It's a narrow path.
Yeah.
Right.
Fire on this side, water deep abyss on this side, and you got to walk this tightrope to get to that kingdom.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. You got to follow that narrow trail, but there's a big open space on the other side
Right.
where you can, with liberty.
Yeah.
Liberty.
Freedom.
There's so many verses popping in my head, man. I'm gonna
Me too.
let it go, man. I smell like somebody brought some pork skins. I know pork skins when I smell pork skins. Not pork skins.
Oh, y'all go over that book again.
I must think I'm crazy.
146. Psalm.
What is it?
Get that right quick.
Psalm
Licking
146?
your chops, are you?
No. No, wasn't nobody but Ray.
146.
I think that's it. 3, I think.
Psalms chapter 146, starting at verse 3. Put not your trust in princes.
Put not your trust in what?
Princes,
Nor
in the Son of Man,
Son of Man.
in whom
Men.
in whom there is no help.
He didn't say the Son of Man.
Yeah.
We know who the Son of Man is.
Right. This is all
The
lowercase.
Son of
Right.
the Son of Men.
Yeah.
So who is he talking about then? It putting yourself not. You know what? What's the strong definition of princess? Because it's in today's terms. It may sound say something else.
143.
Moving
Y'all
stuff.
said 146.
146, Psalms 146, starting at verse 3.
3, okay.
Put not your trust in princes.
There you go.
What princess?
You got it, Carlo?
Yeah.
Let's see.
H5081.
H5. Oh. 508.
5081.
Okay, I'm right here.
Put not your trust in princes.
5081.
What is it in the Hebrew?
5081, is you? H?
5081.
5081. This says
H.
noun, willing, generous, prince, noble, ruler, official, princess, nobles, prince,
Nobles.
willing,
Uh-huh.
free, liberal, prince.
What?
Free, liberal,
Liberal.
yeah, princess.
Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Well, in today's term, what is it? Oh, what is that? Liberals.
Congress.
That's who?
Congress.
Democrat.
The liberal, the Democrats.
Democrat.
Very liberal with the law in it.
So in other words,
Yeah.
Put not your trust
in the what? In Congress?
in Congress.
Presidents?
Right.
Mayors?
The government.
Oh, the government.
Man.
Put not your trust in man and in government.
Or the Son
Nor
of
the
Men.
Son of Man.
The Son of Most High said, so, Mike, what the Most High is doing, because we done broke away
There's no help
for so
in that.
long, there is no help in that. So he's trying to regain that establishment that he had already established back then, that we broke away from because we didn't obey the law, statutes, and commandments. Now, all through the scriptures, he's trying to get us back to what we was doing before the disobedience came. And one of the things was, that's why he said, don't put your trusts in the presidents or whatever, voting, because there is no man that is going to be able to help you, to buy you, to give you freedom. It comes through the word. It comes through going back to establishing or remembering the laws, statutes, and commandments. Keeping the commandments, not voting. Keeping the commandments is what gives us the liberty.
Yes.
That BJ was just talking about. You want that freedom. Obama, whoever that's in office, is not going to do it for us, y'all.
No.
He's not going to do it for us. And so that's where we have to go back. We have to go back into relying and depending on the Most High for everything that we do, because that's how he established it in the first place. Most High had gave us judges and people to rule And the Most High, those persons will go to the Most High, and the Most High will go back and tell that person, okay, this is how you deal with it. It wasn't the writing the Congress or going to that voting poll and punching those holes of who you wanted to help you to those rallies. Voting, it had nothing to do with it, y'all. And so that's why we have to go back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Voting and everything else will not do it. It will not save us.
I'm gonna ride off what you said, off that whole thing.
Liberal. It said liberal.
See if there's some scriptures.
Princes.
Yeah.
Liberals.
First Samuel 12. Started 14.
1 Samuel chapter 12, starting at verse 14. If ye will fear the Lord,
if this is a condition.
If you will fear the Lord and serve him and obey his voice and not rebel against the commandments of the Lord, then shall both ye and also the king that reigneth over you continue following the Lord your God. But if ye will not obey the voice of the Lord, but rebel against the commandments of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you, as it was against your father.
Now hold on. And you said that I can't curse them, Balaam said.
Yeah.
He said, but I can get them to curse
themselves.
Yeah. You think they don't know this?
Right.
And so all this politics that we're involving ourselves in, it's really just bringing the curse. It's a cycle.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Because they give you a choice. You choose.
Evil.
Right. You choose what you're going to do.
That's good. I'm glad. Go to Romans 13.
Okay.
I think you started 1.
Romans chapter 13, starting at verse 1.
What is that?
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
What's this?
For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God.
Okay.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God. And they that resist shall receive them to themselves damnation.
Well, wait a minute. It said, so they are ordained by God.
Right.
So whoever is in, wait a minute. So whoever is in office, it's going to sound like we contradicting ourselves.
It sounds like it, don't it?
It sounds like we contradicting ourselves. It said, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. But if the higher powers,
how you gonna square this, sir?
Watch this.
Okay.
If the higher powers is contradicting what the law, statutes, and commandments do,
then you can
we don't follow it.
Exactly.
Right.
We don't follow it. So all the higher powers is talking about now is same-sex marriage, abortion. We don't follow that.
Come out of my feet.
Come out of it. We don't follow that. So no, it's not contradicting itself. If the higher powers was following this, well, then we could follow what they're saying, but it's not. We don't follow what is going on right now in a political world because it's against what the word is saying.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm glad you said that, man.
I'm glad you said that.
Hey,
because now I got something.
All right, bring it.
Then I got something.
Let's go to Mark 12 real quick.
Yeah.
Mark chapter 12.
Yeah. So we're going to start at, where we started, Nod?
No, they got that.
Oh, I ain't got that yet. Let me tell you. Mark 12, and we won't start it.
That's right, Nick. Choose a lesser two evils.
Yeah.
Let's start at 13.
Mark chapter 12.
Yeah.
Starting at verse 13.
Yeah.
And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his word.
They try to trick Jesus. No, we don't get him. Listen, now hold on now. Because picture the whole scene now.
Yeah.
They had a council. I said, look, y'all Herodians, Sadducees, Pharisees, we got to trap him up. We got to do this before the feast get here because we don't want no commotion. So y'all go down there and trick him so we can kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all go on. What it says there?
13. And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his words. And when they were come, they say unto him, Master, we know that thou art true.
Oh, look at this flattery. Oh, they flatter.
and carest for no man. For thou regardest not the person of men, but teachest the way of God in truth.
Oh boy, they
buttering them up, boy.
They
Put it on thick, boy.
like okay, go ahead.
Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not?
Is it what now? What they ask?
Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not?
Now, this is a trick question because if he says yes, all the Jews gonna be mad at him because that's one thing they hate, paying taxes.
Right.
And you saying support this government. And if he say no, then we gonna go tell Caesar.
Yeah.
It's good. He starting trouble. He telling the people not to pay you.
Yeah.
So we got it. Right?
Yeah.
We got him, didn't we?
You got it.
Go ahead.
15. Shall we give or shall we not give?
But
he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, why tempt ye me? Bring me a penny that I may see it.
Y'all trying to trick me. Give me a penny.
Yeah.
And they brought it. And he said unto them,
watch this.
Who is this image in subscription?
Hold on right there, because I think Matthew said something different. Matthew 22.
Whose image?
Yeah, that's what I want. There it is. Yeah, read it from Matthew here. We're gonna pick up right there in Matthew 20. 20, yeah.
20. And he said unto them, whose is this image?
Yeah.
And subscription. They said unto him, Caesar.
It's okay. It's Caesar's picture in writing on this corner. Okay.
Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar, and unto God the things that are God. When they had heard these words, they marveled and left him and went their way.
What did he say?
Well, what did he say that was so deep?
What did he say that was so deep?
Pierced their heart, boy.
He said, whose image is this? And who's writing?
Yeah.
This is even today.
They just didn't know.
They said it's Caesar.
I'm talking about boys. They didn't know who they were conversating with.
They didn't know. He said, look.
They thought they knew.
They
thought.
You leave that politics and all that old. It's his money. Give it to him. But if you was made in the image of God and the laws are written on your heart, then you give to God yourself.
That's it.
You give yourself to God. You give Caesar all this old material crap.
That's right.
And that's what we saying today. That's what the whole lesson is. So I ain't named it yet. I think I might name it. Render unto Caesar. That's the name of the lesson. Render unto Caesar. Yeah. Because all this crap, let them have it.
Yes.
And you give them this book.
Yes.
Because you were made in the image of God, and the laws should be wrote on your heart. You know? And not in God we trust. What God is that on that money? What God do we trust?
That's Satan now.
Huh? That's the God of this world.
That's right. This world.
Yeah. That's his. Let him add that.
Let me add my people.
What you got?
Hey, Mama Bernice.
Brother Rodney. Can you go back to your scripture?
You love that one.
2 Corinthians 4 and verse 2.
He's still eating over there.
I'm telling you,
it's a lot of eating. There's a lot of meat on the bone.
2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting at verse 2.
Stop it. Read that verse. Well, the whole. Just read the whole.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I started 1.
That's fine.
Okay. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting at verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, and as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of God.
All right. Can y'all see it? Can you see it? Walk with me for a second. Since we have received the truth, God has shown mercy on us.
Yeah.
And I'm tying it into this subject. You got this political issue that Israelites find themselves caught up in, want to be like other nations. I said, but see, those who have received this ministry, those who awaken, paradigm shift, and all the other folks out there, we can't think now with it because it came directly from him.
Right.
And so even when we want to walk away, we find ourselves can't live with ourselves. For the most, we walk right back into it because we see the way what the world is headed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we think not. But what we have done now, we who once were political, read verse 2 now. We who once were political minded, we can no longer hide the lies that our own party planted in our head. We renounce it.
Yes.
We have to renounce it.
Yeah, you do.
Well, this mystery of God is not in us.
Right.
So we come out and separate ourselves from it. So we walk away from the craftiness and we use God's word to combat their evil. So we who once thought we were Democrats, for example, we no longer touch it because we see the craftiness of it.
Yes, sir.
And so what is left with us is the truth.
Yeah.
And this last part of this, we have commended ourselves to every man's conscience. So when we go plant the truth, you're trying to get into the conscience of man, so that they hear that the seed you plant there may not grow when you plant it or take root. But you have left truth in them. So down the road, they start saying, brother so-and-so, sister so-and-so told me about this abominable walk I'm in. And now I'm seeing the light of it. There is no deliverance for us in politics.
That's right.
It ain't gonna come. It never was designed to come.
That's right, Mike.
Unless God makes himself alive.
That's it.
And we know that ain't true.
Ain't no
That
that
ain't the truth.
Yep. That's good. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't
There ain't
save
no-
us. Can't save us.
There ain't no.
Can't say.
Yeah.
Politics cannot save us.
That's what I go with what you said.
Okay.
That'd be it. And that's the end. I mean, what I was trying to say is exactly what you said.
Yeah.
There ain't no end to it, but
But to go on with verse
Come
3.
on, bro.
But
It's
if
all
our
good.
gospel be hid,
uh-huh.
it is hid to them that are lost.
There you go.
You're gonna have to recognize that you were lost.
That's
There you
right.
go.
If you don't think that you're lost, then
Yeah.
there's no sense even. But you have to understand that you were lost, and all of us were. If somebody said that they weren't lost, they lying. Truth ain't in them, because we all were lost. We all were deceived at one point in time.
Politics is a form of religion. I think people don't really recognize to whom you really your service is that the one you obey.
Right.
It is politics is stated like it's not, but it is a religion of the prince of this world.
Yep.
Because anything that separates you from God being our rule in our head
Yeah, and that's what it does.
is political.
Yes. Politics separate us. What Mike just said, y'all.
What you say?
Politics separate us from the love of the Most High.
It sure will.
That's the whole
Right.
message
That's
right there.
That's it right there.
That's the message right there. That's all we've been saying.
Satan's government.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you think he drawing you in to his government. And like I said earlier, if
right,
the
Drew.
king is coming back with the government on his shoulders,
Right.
and you don't like socialism,
Right.
you don't like the Sabbath,
Yeah.
you don't like Satan makes you think you got a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
There you
Get
go.
out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't got no choice.
Did it from the
When
beginning.
the
didn't
king come back. When the king speaks,
Politics from the beginning. One in Mike.
Yeah, what it is.
Right in the garden.
you see it in what is it? Persia. Babylon. When the
Right.
king can't even change what he said.
Right.
It's written.
Right.
It's written.
When he wrote it, can't change it.
You
He
can't
can't
change
go back. He can't go
When he
back.
threw
on
Daniel the lion, then he couldn't say, "Oh well, no, I'm gonna veto that." He can't say that.
All right.
He had to do it.
He had to do it.
Yeah.
God said, "I changed not.
That's right.
What I have written, Mike, I have written.
Is what it is.
It ain't gonna change."
That's right.
And until we realize that a king is coming who has said what he said and ain't changing what he said,
Ain't gonna change it.
then we need to line up right now
Right.
with what this say.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's contrary to what we practice
Yeah.
daily, what we see on the news every day. We got to get rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
And get right here.
That's right. That's right. Drill said
Peculiar.
politics is serving another god also. That's what it is right there, Drill. I'm just thinking about what you just said though. Mike, it started in the garden. Think about it, y'all. Jalen just said politics is all of Satan. So when election time comes around, you get all of these people come up so you can vote for them to tell you all these lies. I'm gonna stop taxes. I'm gonna do this. Vote for me, and I promise I'll do this for you. Do this for you. It's all lies to get them. So when they get in there, I ain't say that.
Now you know,
but Satan did the same thing.
Offered him a
He
choice.
told him, he gave him a choice. He told him not to eat from the garden of the tree of good and evil.
He couldn't curse.
Because you'll die. You can't even.
Made him curse
You
themselves.
shall not
Made you
surely
question.
die.
That's what he told him.
Made you question what God said.
You shall not surely, just like a politician, tell you that lie. So you can make that choice. You shall not surely die.
That's the same
It's
politics.
the same
you go over there,
thing
you know,
in politics.
make you question what God said.
Yes.
That's what Satan did.
Then when you realize you made a mistake, I didn't tell you to vote for that man. You did it. You did it.
Nobody put a gun in you.
Right.
What Rolando told me that other day. Well, I don't know. I can't remember what we were talking about. And I said, well, you said, nobody put a gun in your head.
Sound like Rosa. That sound like a
I know.
First time wrong.
Some of these lies I be making up be true. I believe what I say about rope.
You heard that, Mike?
Put a gun in your head.
But
Yeah, that's good.
I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. That's all right, man. I think we hit it. Okay.
While you thinking about it.
Yeah.
Miss Vita said it's about comfort. It is sometimes very uncomfortable being set apart.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh yeah.
You know, but you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
You get used to it. It gives you that comfort, you know, that peace that surpasses all understanding.
Yeah.
You know, you get it. Brought out some good verses on that.
Tell Miss Vita. Now, Miss Vita, I ain't trying to belittle what you said, if you can hear me. But I would, when we are, and this is not just for you. I mean, you made a good comment, which is true. So let me acknowledge that first. What you just said is true, but what it sparked in me is that is a pronunciation of our weakness for the love of the truth.
So what now?
It can show that we are weak in loving the truth to the fullness, that the joy of truth set us free.
Mm-hmm.
And truth replaces a lie.
Yeah.
We should be rejoicing. So what it says to us is that if we feel dismayed by being set apart, then we are asking ourselves, how about really coming into the power of loving truth?
Mm.
Because if you love something, you can't be dishonest with it. Unhappy with it.
Well, in the beginning,
if you love, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what she's saying is not true.
Right.
But I'm saying there's got to be a root to that.
Yeah.
That makes you feel that way.
If you've been doing this for 2 years and you still, you know, people ask you, why can't you come to the meeting Saturday? And you say, well, I gotta, whatever. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, well, I honor the Sabbath. I keep the Sabbath. Mm-hmm. Andrea, I don't think she don't mind me telling the story. She said that one time there was a meeting going on and she was the head of so and so and she couldn't go to the meeting. Mm-hmm. And well, she couldn't go because she was gonna honor the Sabbath. Yeah. But when they asked her, why ain't you coming? She made up an excuse. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she felt so bad in tears about it. Yeah. Because she didn't tell them, I honor God,
right.
Yep. and it whooped up on her so bad, you know, when she called and was crying, I was crying for her.
Right.
But I told her this is good.
I was about to say that was a good
This
thing.
is good.
That was a good
This is
thing.
good because you'll never do it again. You'll never do it again.
That's good.
And you know, I just always remember that. It'll never happen again.
That's good. And let you know the spirit, you got the spirit in you. Andrea. Yeah, you felt vexed in your spirit when it happened. That's the Holy Spirit.
For that hood.
That's good.
Miss Mary said the Most High is still pulling the ones that are ready out of the church like He did us.
Yes.
Using truth and love in demonstration.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
She also said, yes, Brother Dennis, know the Spirit by the Spirit.
That's all you want. You use it.
Jolene said it sounds like it was an awesome experience.
Whew.
Talking about y'all's trip to the church.
Yes, it was.
Miss Mary said, wow, being willing to go where and when the Most High says, even if it means going to a church building, helping us to break and pull down those prejudices that Satan uses to keep us separated. It's about kingdom and not us personal.
Yes.
All praise to the Most High.
Yes.
Nietzsche said, that's so beautiful. The Most High is definitely opening doors to get His truth to His people.
Yep.
That's right. And you gotta be like I said, like Carlos was saying, this was for us too.
Yes,
we gotta be willing to go.
Yep.
You know, well.
Yep.
And be willing to be rejected.
Yep.
And it sounds like y'all got
we was ready for that.
Y'all got some more albums than they did.
I think we did.
You know,
They did.
Because it
That
showed.
wonderful.
It was. And when I was telling Tasha about it, she was so happy because he sent us to a congregation where there's real people in there who are genuine with what they know. And the preacher said, I can't preach what I don't know. And when he said that, thank you. Because at that moment, I felt like the Most High, set this up.
Yep.
Because I got some people over here
Yep.
who need to know the fullness of this thing.
Exactly.
And you got it. How can they learn? How can they hear unless one be sent? And I felt like we was sent. And when you feel like that, man, there ain't no better. Let me stop while
and prepared us
choking up.
And prepared us not to have. I'm telling you, man, the Most High, I changed not. Everything that He did for the people back then and the people that He used to go and get He's doing it the same way.
Pick up where He left off.
That's what He's doing, Mike.
Yeah.
He's doing it the same way. I saw that. And so He prepared us, especially me, not to have that prejudice against that church. I'm telling you, when I walked in there, and we sat down and he started talking, man, and me and BJ, all of us, man, we're turning our heads, looking at each other like, this ain't what we expected.
No. We hitting each other.
This
ain't what we expected. I'm telling you, we were prepared to be kicked out. And it went totally different. And we saw what the Most High was doing. This was His business. Oh man, I'm telling you.
And to be used by Him, that's the part that will choke you up.
Yes.
You know that
awesome,
He chose you, He sent you to give that guy who said, I don't know everything. I can't. He said it's impossible to teach what you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just really heard what he said. I don't know. I can learn from anybody.
Yep.
And once he started putting the meat on some of these bones, Lord, he's gonna get full.
Ooh.
You get full
because he's
but you don't get full.
Because he's humble and he's teaching.
You get glutton out the word. It's all the time.
You know, you get some people that carry that title of apostle.
Yeah.
You can't tell them nothing. This guy was humble and teachable. BJ said, he might be a real apostle. He was saying something.
A real apostle.
Yeah. And BJ said, man,
Revelation said you have tried those who say they're apostles.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be real.
Yeah.
Hey, all the apostles had to be taught
the right
too.
things, man. Yeah. But he was humble and he was teachable.
Oh, when I was talking to him on the phone, I think I used the word bishop, and I was trying to think apostle, just to respect. And he told me, he said, "Oh, that brother's fine." He said, "Don't worry about that thing."
You know what he said?
He said, "You call me brother." I'm so used to saying, because my background is brother.
Right.
No matter,
what you are.
Right. There's no doctor.
Right.
Brother. So
yeah.
So brother kept coming out in my anxious to converse with.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I mean, apostle. He said, "I don't worry about that name, brother's fine."
Humble.
Yeah, he is.
Humble. I've never seen.
Me neither.
When we
Me neither.
One more thing, when we first with me and Mike, before we even knew Carlos, we were so excited. We tried to go to the church we once attended. They didn't want to meet with us. We met with another guy. I think I knew it wasn't gonna be a second meeting on that one. Then we met Brother Tally, Miss Mary's husband, and we found home right there. And we met there every Friday night until he passed. And then me and Mike, there was an opportunity with Nitra, said, "I got this building. We're gonna have Bible study back here." Blah blah blah. I said, "Who gonna lead the Bible study?" She said, "You." I said, "You lie." I know you lying, because I was terrified to speak in front of people, and that very same. Watch this coincidence. That very same. It was a Sunday morning, and I was doing something for Nitra at the building. She was wanting me to see something, and after she said it, and we had that little conversation, I told her she was a lie. Mike called. I said, "Mike, guess what?" I said, "Nitra got this building down here, and she said that we can have Bible study down here." He said, "Well, you ain't gonna believe this. I just left the church. I just told the pastor I can't come back."
Yeah.
He said, "So we got to do something." But when Mike called, he just started talking, and I'm talking about coincidence. This all happened within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Nitra telling me we having Bible study here. Mike, it was a Sunday morning. Mike was at church.
Yeah.
And Mike said, I can't do it no more. He said the preacher said something that made him look at himself to say, why am I here? I know this is not the truth. Why am I here? And he said, I can't do it no more. So that's when we first started having Bible study at this building Nitra had. And I just said, all that coincidence was just like this experience here. Man. Mike got to go get some blood work. Just so happened a traveling nurse who's passing through is the one getting his blood. Yeah. And she invited him to Bible study. Yeah. And it had just so happened to be the apostle of the best friend of the guy who I was talking to before he died. Yeah. Telling him this truth. Yeah. That's the best friend. Just so happened that the nurse who cared for me when I had my heart situation, she said, I know you. She said, you was in the hospital. And you was there. She pointed at Mike.
No, I wasn't.
Peter. I said, yes, you was, Mike. You came with me. But she had a mask on, so I couldn't see her face. But she recognized me. And just so happened, it was Tasha's friend. So I called Tasha, say we went to church, blah, blah, your friend was there. And he said, that's my daddy's best friend. Too many connections.
Too many, That's why I said
too many coincidences.
Man, BJ told me, I called BJ and he told me that. I said, BJ, we set up. I said, this was a setup, BJ. I kept saying, he said, man, you ain't got to convince me. I said, BJ, we were set up. Yeah. This was set up by the Most High. Yeah. The whole thing was set up.
Yeah. Complete setup. That old Kim says a complete setup.
Yeah.
It's a setup. Yeah. Man. And you can just see his hand moving. Even with the marriage, me and Rolanda, I said, this is not a coincidence. Me and her had got married, got a divorce, got in this word, ran across Deuteronomy 24, said a man who married a wife, she's been with another man, You can't get her back. I said, we can't get married again, according to this.
Yeah.
And that's where he kept opening those scriptures.
Yeah.
We all got together.
So did.
Found together, said, yes, we can get back married. We just got to be baptized.
Yeah.
Renewed.
Yeah.
And that's the same. So then the whole story of the marriage in the Bible, the spiritual marriage between God and Israel, it opened up because me and Rolanda wanted to get remarried again, but we thought we couldn't. And so now we teach the marriage in the Bible with all the verses that support, and you can't unsee it once you see it.
Right, right.
Say it with all what?
All the verses that support it.
Oh,
And that's why we, so even that divorce we went through, terrible divorce. I could have.
Me too.
But look what he was doing, Dennis. No, what if I'd have killed him?
Same thing. Same thing.
Got him in a sleep with some hot grits on.
I would with a heel with it.
Oh man, that it wrote.
Nisha said that's the name, DJ.
The name, the image in the subscription, yeah.
Andrea said politics is serving another God also. She said little G.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miss Bernice said, okay, Rodney.
Hey, Mama B.
Andrea said, I learned. I won't ever do that again.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, man. I knew she wouldn't mind me telling that story.
Yeah.
Because it went right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. When you said, why didn't I just say I'm keeping the Sabbath? Because the Bible say keep the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
But she was new.
Yep.
And then when we knew, we feel like we owe somebody an explanation other than this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we grow.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah. Become bolder.
Turn to Exodus 20 and verse 8, brother.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
Miss Priscilla said his truth will prevail.
Always.
Always.
If we just it's always gonna prevail. I'm just so happy that he set us down in front of people who with ears.
Man.
That's all.
Yep.
That's all. The truth always is gonna be the truth.
Yep.
We just wanted to find some people who could hear.
Yep.
Always.
Nietzsche said, yep, sure was. He set it up.
So did.
Kimberly said, I love this. She said, complete setup.
Yep.
Awesome.
So was.
Awesome.
Nietzsche said, you know when it's a setup by the Most High.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kimberly said, it's the circle bottle on the screen for me.
Hey, look. You know what though?
Circle bottle for me.
I love that too because this don't look like no big fancy organization.
No.
We got stuff draped
We ain't
over.
got it. I know, right?
Our suits don't
We ain't
match.
got no.
When
you got the sofa on the table.
Yeah. But I love that too because it's
Just
right
hey,
across.
it is what it is, man.
You ain't got my house shoes though. No, I ain't got them on today.
But I love that though, because like I said, he took them fishermen. They didn't even say they took a bath, but then they got scales all on their legs.
Yeah. This came out the water. This. Come from
Tax collector.
Yeah, tax collector.
He didn't go to the church and get the
Right.
most esteemed men
Right.
in the city.
Yeah.
He got them jokers didn't know that. They didn't look like they knew nothing.
Yep.
Then they said, ain't these men from Galilee?
Right.
The hood.
Yeah. Can anything good come out of Nazareth?
He's from the project.
Yeah.
He's from over there in the project.
Well, that's good. But that's who we use.
He's from Lincoln County. Lincoln County. Can't beat him outside.
That is rough.
Can't beat him.
Kimberly said an explanation other than the word. Yes, that's all I have for you, the word.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Priscilla said a divine connection.
Yes.
Hey, Priscilla, how you doing?
That's what it was, Priscilla.
Yeah, Priscilla.
Divine connection.
I sure wish you would come up this way. Wednesday. Yeah. You see my cousin Hondro, you tell him I said hello. Thank you. All right. With that, man, I guess we know what we're gonna do. Be all right. Nah, she ain't.
Okay.
All right.
All right. We're gonna end Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
What is that?
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
The whole matter.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
All 10 of them.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Mm-hmm.
For God shall bring every work into judgment.
Every work.
With every secret thing.
Yep.
Whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Amen.
Love y'all.
Right,
y'all
y'all.
next week.
Y'all.
Shalom. Shalom.
Bring every work.